A TikTok influencer called Taraswrld, with no O, claims she makes $350,000 a month on her OF thingamabob. So Tara Lynn, who goes by the handle Tara's World, so it's Taraswrld, has amassed nearly 5 million followers on TikTok since 2019 and previously sparked controversy on the platform for revealing she spent $10,000 on Harry Styles concert tickets. But the LA based creator has also sold very adult content on OF since May 2021. So, in a recent interview with the podcast Plan Brie Uncut, she left the host stunned after they asked how much she earns. Until like this past October, I would make like $100,000 to $150,000 a month, she said. So Isabella Riley Mooley at Isabel A. Riley US, women are so lost today. So let's check this. All the way up.
So how much are you rolling in on OnlyFans?
Drop it.
Drop
Come
it.
on
Come on,
now.
drop it.
Like the first, so I started May 2021.
Did you do like a hard launch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Until like October, this past October, I would make like 100 to 150K a month.
Oh
And and then I made it a TikTok. So you guys know Anna Paul, obviously.
Yes, yes.
So she made this TikTok of her like filming a day in her life as an
I
OnlyFans
saw that.
creator, and she started it off with like, "So I'm a sex worker," and I was like, "Oh, that's like great." Like probably that had so many views. I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh my god, I want to do that." So I made like a vlog, and I started it off with that, and I vlogged like me getting ready for my OnlyFans shoot, and it did so fucking well. Like in October, this past October. So now it's like 350 a month. It's insane.
Are you
Crazy.
serious? What do you? Well, I guess you go to Harry Styles concerts. What else do
Yeah.
you do with all this fucking money?
I don't know. I just travel.
Cruises?
Yeah, I just
Cruises are cheap, bro.
Cruises are mad cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, what would you do if you were making $350,000 a month? Because that's an insane amount of money coming in. Like, for example, let's do this. So, $350,000 a month for 12 months would be $4.2 million. And the thing is like, what I don't understand, right? Is like, for you guys out there, why do you feel so lonely in your life that you're willing to dedicate a good amount of money every single month to look at a girl that you don't know, that you're probably never going to meet, just so that you can see some of her lady parts? Like, and you're willing to pay for that. Like, and it's so bad because, like, I feel like a lot of these guys that end up subscribing to this sort of stuff, it's like, it's more like an addiction to feel like they're connecting to someone. Like, it's just like a depressing kind of like thing. So you got like a chick who's making crazy amounts of money, basically from guys who are wanting to feel some sort of connection and get off at the same time. It's just, I don't know. It's such a crazy thing. It's such a weird way to make money too. But the thing is, like, I personally like the recurring business model, like, because that's an amazing business model, right? Because it's like 350,000 a month, 300,000 a month, $400,000 a month. Like, it might fluctuate, but roughly speaking, it's going to be about the same. And you really just got to focus on bringing in more people to your like subscribing platform, whatever subscribe platform. Like, for example, let's say that you have some sort of private platform, private content, whatever it might be, and you sell it for like $20 a month, right? And you get 1,000 people to subscribe to your stuff every single month. So $20,000 a month. Then the next month, you get another 1,000 people to subscribe. Now you're at $40,000 a month. Next month after that, you get another 1,000. Now you're at 60,000 people per month. Well, $60,000 coming in per month. So it could scale exponentially without necessarily putting in more and more effort. But what's crazy to me is that I think like a lot of the ladies that do this whole OF thing don't even really put things on there that are like crazy or like exciting or whatever. It might just literally be them in like a bikini, or it might just be them basically maybe showing one marshmallow, right? Like I don't know. This is so much money though. Like what would you even do with $350,000 a month? Like personally to me, if I was making $350,000 a month, I'd probably put half of it straight into the S&P 500. Then like a quarter for like taxes, and then the other quarter to basically not really for spending, but probably just into like a cash account, like a high interest account. Like what would you even do with this type of money? Like it's just crazy. Yeah, so 4.2 million a year. So on days that I'm shooting, I like to go to a hotel and film content for 12 to 15 hours so that I can get a few weeks of content in. I like to try to go and do this every 2 weeks, but in between that time, I will randomly shoot any content that comes to mind, she wrote in an email to the website. That's just so crazy to me. Again, like this like number is so insane. I've never used a videographer or a photographer because I feel like that's a little impersonal when it comes to something as intimate as this, and it's just so much more fun for me to do alone. So I guess she just does her own stuff. So a clip of the interview went viral on Twitter. Ba, 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 ba. Reactions to the claim were mixed. Men are the ones who are lost. She is making a huge amount of money off this, and I kind of respect it, one Twitter user wrote. The thing is, in a sense, I feel bad for the guys because they probably are doing this in some way for connection, like I said. But also, like, it's their money. If they want to put their money towards this girl's private stuff, they can. It's just, I hope that they're not using money that they need on this sort of stuff. Like, take care of yourself first, guys, then maybe go and do it. Man, you're jealous because your media personality doesn't make what she makes in a month, in a year, another wrote. Oh, so now you guys hate capitalism, Third said, but Benny agreed with Moody. A lot would change in the road if young men cultivated an ethic that is completely beneath their dignity to ever pay directly for any service of any kind, wrote author James Lindsay. One user argued conservatives must choose between worshipping free market capitalism and the social good, between worshipping individual liberty and the social good, saying if even one young girl can make $350,000 a month, a million more will try, no matter the individual or group outcomes. And this is probably the scary thing about this, and also a depressing side to this, right? Because not every girl will make crazy amounts of money for showing their marshmallows to everyone in the world, right? Or having that as like an option. There's going to be a lot of girls, and there has been a lot of girls that have went down the OF route and made basically nothing. Okay? So imagine you put yourself out there in such a vulnerable way and not even make enough money compared to if you just worked a minimum wage job because people just don't want to see you, right? How's that going to affect you mentally, emotionally? Are you going to get like an eating disorder because maybe you feel like, oh, like maybe I'm not attractive enough or anything? Like it's going to get crazy. So there's a lot of ladies that tried this thing and did not make any money. And the thing is, if you were to go down this route of doing this, you need some sort of following. Like you have to garner some sort of following where people actually really like you to be able to do something like this and make it worthwhile. Some users raised questions about Lynn's claim, noting other top OnlyFans earners had made similar statements. Last year, British OnlyFans model Sophie D quoted the same figure in articles promoting the platform, saying she went from surviving on welfare as a child to raking in $350,000 a month. The $350,000 a month figure is also cited by other OnlyFans top earners, and I find that suspicious, one Twitter user wrote. Let's see. Now, it's kind of funny. I guess apparently OF paid out more than $500 million dollars to its reclusive Ukrainian American owner over the last 2 years, which happens to be a guy. So, a guy basically is pocketing like $500 million in 2 years from a whole bunch of chicks and some guys that are using the platform and showing their stuff on there. Interesting. So, Leonid Radvinsky, 40, is the sole shareholder in the highly profitable UK based platform he purchased from its founders in 2018. Users spent $4.8 billion dollars on this site in the 12 months to September 2021, with pre tax profits rising 615% to a record $432 million, dollars, according to its most recent accounts. Radvinsky, a Florida based adult filmmaker who shuns media, had been paying himself as much as $45 million a month in dividends, The Guardian reported. And the OF chief executive Ami Ghan said in October that the company had paid out $10 billion to its more than 2 million creators since 2016. Now, I was like going crazy about the $350,000 per month figure, but what do you do if you're like making 45 million a month? Which, by the way, I know the one Radvinsky guy is probably never going to see this, but dude, what do you even do with $45 million a month coming in? Like, I have no idea what I would even do with that type of money. Period. Like, that is so much money. Let's see some of these comments. There are some stupid, desperate boys out there if she's making 350K a month. The thing is, like, I don't know. I guess if people just really are into it, they just want to pay for it. Like, I don't know. I guess I kind of like view it the same way as like a game. There's some people who would never spend money on a free game, right? Or something that they could play for free. But there's other people that would be more than willing to spend thousands upon thousands of dollars in a video game to get specific skins, to get like exclusive characters or whatever. For example, like the game League of Legends, right? You could play that game completely for free. But I had a friend who spent thousands of dollars in that game for things that didn't technically really exist. Like, not really in the real life. But in the game, it was like exclusive content, exclusive like skins, made the characters look cooler, maybe like did some special effects on this stuff while you were playing. But they spent thousands of dollars in a game that's free to play. Like, it literally costs nothing to play the game. So, just something to keep into like perspective. The IRS thanks you. This person says she isn't hot enough to make half a buck. The thing is, what people need to understand, she has 5 million people following her. It would not be hard to believe that a certain percentage of that, hold on, what is the percentage? Let's see. Let's just say, so what? 5 million people times what? 0.01, which I think is about 1%. That's 50,000 people potentially paying her per month at whatever she charges, right? That's crazy. Like at $10 a month, right? That would be 500,000. She claims that she's making 350, right? So that means like less than point zero, like it's less than 1% of her followers are paying her, right? That's still a crazy number. Like if she even had, like if she actually had 1% of her people that follow her paying her, she'd make half a million a month. Think about that. That's crazy. That's crazy. But she's not even getting a 1% of people converting. She's getting less than that. Probably more like a 0.08%, maybe a 0.06% of the people that follow her. Like that's crazy. Crazy to me. And she's making a crazy amount of money. But here's the thing though. What that girl needs to really do is really put that money towards investments that will last a lifetime. Because here's the thing, if she were to keep doing this for a year, for that $4.2 million mark, if she set her finances correctly, she would literally never have to work any sort of job ever again, period, and be set for life. If the numbers are truly correct. Like, that's what I would do. Like, if I was in her position, making the kind of money that she was making in a kind of risque type of industry, I would make as much money as I possibly can, save and invest that money during that 1 year time frame to where I basically have FU money for the rest of my life and literally never worry about anything financial ever again. Like, so that you could just go and do whatever you want. But what I really worry is that there's a lot of ladies that go into this type of industry, but they constantly spend all of their money on the most useless crap, like purses, clothes, etc. And it's just like, ugh, don't spend all of your money.